In the dry, rolling hills of Canaan, Esau, the eldest son of Isaac and Rebekah, was known far and wide for his strength, his wild spirit, and his remarkable skill in hunting. He was a man of the earth, rugged, independent, and loyal. But his story would become a lesson that resonated through generations, teaching the importance of patience and discernment, even in the face of urgent desires. Esau had a younger brother, Jacob, who was the opposite in every way. Jacob was quiet, reflective, and spent his time close to home, often at his mother's side. He was a thinker and a planner, but his ambition was tempered by a complex longing. Jacob knew that Esau, as the firstborn, held the birthright, a sacred inheritance that included not only wealth and land, but also the blessing of leading their family and receiving God's promises to their grandfather Abraham. Jacob wanted this birthright more than anything. One day, after hours of chasing game under the relentless desert sun, Esau stumbled back to the camp. Exhausted, dehydrated, and desperate, he inhaled the rich scent of stew cooking on the fire. It was lentil stew, humble but filling, and Esau's hunger overwhelmed him. He saw his brother stirring the pot and knew Jacob's cooking would be enough to quiet the gnawing ache in his belly. "Give me some of that stew," Esau demanded, nearly delirious from his hunger. He was ready to drop down and eat without a second thought. But Jacob, ever the strategist, saw this moment as a rare opportunity. He leaned over the pot and gave his brother a calculating look. "I will give you the stew," Jacob replied slowly, "but only if you trade me your birthright." Esau blinked, momentarily taken aback. My birthright? For stew? But he was starving, and in that moment, the birthright seemed like a distant, abstract prize compared to the hot meal he craved. After all, he reasoned, what good was an inheritance if he were to die of hunger right then? "What use is a birthright to me right now?" Esau muttered, dismissing its importance. Jacob was unwavering, and after a short, impatient exchange, Esau swore an oath, sealing his decision. With one impulsive choice, he traded away his legacy for a meal. As Esau devoured the stew, Jacob's heart raced with excitement. He had secured the birthright, but he knew he would have to wait for years before fully realizing its benefits. Esau, meanwhile, seemed unaffected, believing he could live freely without the weight of the birthright on his shoulders. But as time passed, the gravity of his choice settled over him, and regret began to seep in. He had lost not just a blessing, but his very place within the promise of his family and faith. Years later, when their father Isaac lay on his deathbed, blind and frail, Jacob seized the chance to secure his father's blessing. With their mother's guidance, he disguised himself as Esau, wearing his brother's clothes and covering his arms with goat hair to mimic Esau's rough skin. Deceived, Isaac blessed Jacob, transferring the family inheritance and spiritual promise to him. When Esau discovered what had happened, he was devastated, realizing he had lost everything. In a fit of anger and heartbreak, he cried out, begging his father for any remaining blessing, but it was too late. The scandal of Esau's choices and Jacob's actions spread across their people as a warning. Esau's story became a cautionary tale, reminding generations that a single moment of impulsivity can reshape a lifetime. He had chosen immediate satisfaction over long-term fulfillment and lost his rightful place in history because of it.